Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of That's Railroading, where we bring the railroad to you. And we love doing it too. And we had a longwall shutdown here. Today is March 22nd, 2024. We had a longwall shutdown where they mine out one panel, and then they have to move all their longwall equipment to the next panel. And that typically takes pretty much 2.5 to 3 weeks. The longwall move started February 12th for this last panel. And anyway, there's a lot going on here and some really, really good stuff. We've got a very optimistic future at Cumberland Mine, and that's just absolutely wonderful, because our last company had every intentions of shutting this mine down, and we can be very, very thankful, and very thankful that we are working, that Mr. Justin Thompson took over this mine and has dedicated himself and his team of managers there to keeping this mine open. There's a lot of people that depend on, I think they told me one time there's like 2,300 people, that's employees plus their families, that rely on this mine, which is a lot of responsibility. And we can be very thankful that we are even open. But I want to go over today what all we got done. We got a lot done in this longwall move, and right now I can honestly say our track is in better shape than it's been in the last 8 years. But since our new owners have taken over, they spent a lot of money on this track, and I want to put that into perspective. First off, that shows one thing: safety is important. Okay? The safe operation of this train is very important to company. All right, and that's great. That's what I've been striving for since I started on this track job, is to keep this track safe for the train. I was talking to a federal inspector yesterday. He went out and rode track with me yesterday, and no violations. Anyway, that's great. And if I had an FRA inspector come out here and ride track with me, I don't think he could find a single violation, according to the Code of Federal Regulations, on our track geometry. So I'm real happy about that. Real happy about that. Great. And we got a lot done. And like I said, our track's in pretty good shape now. So, we can be very thankful that, number one, we're working, and number two, that the safety is important to this company, and that's wonderful. All right, so we're going to go over a bunch of stuff that we got done, and that's it's really great. Okay, hope you enjoy the rest of today's show. We really appreciate you guys, and thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, well, this is a major project that got done. This is curve 6, and right here is about milepost 0.5, and this curve was the worst curve we had as far as track geometry goes. A lot of coal spillage through here. It gets under the ties, but anyway, and rots the tie. The coal, acid in the coal wants to rot the tie plates out, and the spikes and everything. So this curve really definitely needed a lot of attention to it, and it got a lot of attention. A lot of the ties were bad. We replaced, well, first let me start off. We put 4 78-foot sticks of rail in here, plus a plug up there on the high side. So this is all new rail. So we got about 350 feet of rail replaced on the outside. Most of the ties got new tie plates on the outside. Also, pretty much every single tie for these, we put 78-foot sticks in, like I said, and almost every single tie got replaced on the new rail. Yeah, a lot of work, and really made a huge difference. This is was just wonderful to see to happen here. Yeah, nice. So, all told, we had the tie gang in here, and for our entire length of our track, we got pretty close to 2,400 ties in, which is, we typically put in 2,000 ties a year. So we went over and above that. Good bit had to do with this curve, putting a lot of new ties in here. But yeah, around 2,400 ties. So that was a very good project to get done. And like I said, it happened in February, and we had some snow and some cold weather. But you know, what you don't want to do is replace ties when all your ballast is froze. So we were very lucky that the ballast was not froze enough. You imagine trying to pull a tie out here with everything froze around it. So we was lucky that everything wasn't frozen solid in place. Yeah, and we had some pretty nice days there. It was cold in the mornings, and then we had some nice days, and we had some snow, but that's southwestern Pennsylvania. It is a beautiful day today in southwestern Pennsylvania. So I wanted to show you this Curve 6 and they have a scarifier, the big rotor tiller, that when they pull a tie out, that scarifier chops up everything in here. It makes the ties go in a lot easier. So a lot of that garbage that was down in there did get taken out with the scarifier, and new rock got dumped in here. I think we dumped a couple 100 ton of rock in here, and this all got tamped up. And we had Amtrak of Maryland in here, contract tampers for that time period, and we got over 10 miles. I don't have the exact footage, but it was over between 10 and 10.5 miles of our entire track got tamped, and that was it's all surfaced and lined, and our track is looking really good right now. So that's part of what we got done. Just part of what we got done. I said, wonderful to see happen. This curve is so much nicer. Okay, I'm doing my weekly track inspection as required by the Code of Federal Regulations, and so going down here track, I'll show you some of this stuff. Last spring we had the longwall move. I cribbed all this out. There's around 18 or close to 1,900 feet of track that I cribbed out last spring. Here, this is Curve 7 coming up. So I cribbed that out, and that really made this Curve 7 was pretty rough last year. It's really nice now. All right, but I had to stop down here, and last year, but we picked it up. I didn't do the cribbing this year. They had a contractor come in and crib out down here Curve 8. So that got done. And I was telling you up there on Curve 6 that we had replaced 350 feet of rail. All told, we put in around 2,300, listen to me, around 23 sticks of rail. A stick of rail is 39 foot. So 23 sticks of rail got changed, or in our entire track. So that was good to see. But all this started in here and cribbed this whole curve out. And this curve had a lot of coal in it. We had 7 cars come off of here. Oh goodness gracious, that was back in the 1980s. And they had long-walled under it, and the track dropped out. The train operator forgot there was a slow order, came down here and rolled 7 cars, but this whole curve had been full of coal. So all that got dug out and cribbed out and tamped up. We dumped, I don't know, I think three ballast cars of rock in here, brand new rock. So Curve 8 is in nice shape now. Nice shape. Like I said, over 10 miles of our track got tamped. This was Curve 6 and Curve 8 was the worst, and now they're two of the best. Well, it's all good track, but this is pretty good shape. Pretty good track through here now. Yeah. I always had a problem with right here, this entry spiral here on the right, wanting to drop off. So this all this new rock in here, that'll hold that up. Nice. Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We also had a high rail excavator in here. And one of the, well, first off, that high rail excavator went down and he did about a mile or so of ditching along our track. I'm not going to show you that. But he also came back and did our entire track. He had a brush cutter on there on the end on that, and I don't have a picture of it, but he did our entire track, both sides of our entire track, which chopped up some pretty big trees along the way. Yeah, but here's a picture. Okay, here's just like I said, this is just a small part of what we got brush cut. I'm not going to take you whole track and show you that, but anyway, that's it was a good thing to get all that done, because that stuff hanging over there, it's a safety issue, visibility for the train operator plus us. So that was a good safety thing to get all that brush cut. And also, you can imagine if for some reason the train would stop and somebody need to walk the train, having all that brush cut back is a big safety factor for them for that. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. Like I said, we got for a short amount of time, I think we got a tremendous amount of good things accomplished out here on the rail, on the track. And very, very, very pleased with what we got done. Everybody worked together and did a good job. Everybody worked safe, and that's great. That's railroad. All right. Thank you again. Have a really good day.